In this video is going to be a third time lucky, fingers crossed, for the Vibram 5 Fingers V-Trail shoes. I've had two small, I've had two big, and hopefully this will be just right. So let's see. So the size that I have gone for is the size 45. I tried a 44, they fitted, but one foot was just sore, and the other foot, when I was going downhill on a trail, you're not meant to use them outside, felt too tight and sore on my foot. I then stupidly got the wrong size. I got size 10.5 to 11, which is a size 46 in EU numbers, and that was just, they were just like too big. So I've gone in the middle, so there's no other option than a 45, which in the UK is a 10 to 10.5, or America 11 to 11.5, or 28 centimeters, or 45 EU. Just so many different numbers. How about we just go for a single number, which is the EU number. So 45. Let's see how they feel. Okay, straight off, yes. I think we can say we're having a successful first try on. These feel better. They do feel quite loose. They feel quite big around the ankle. Yeah, so I think I just need to have them a little bit tighter around here. See, there's a little bit of a, can we show you? A little bit of a gap going on there, which I certainly don't have with my other Vibrams. Like these ones are just all elastic, like the older Vibrams, super elastic. These ones are much more like solid material, so they're not elasticated on, so I think I just need to maybe have them a little bit tighter, okay. Yeah, there is still this kind of ruffling going on. I don't know how else to describe that. Is it on the other side? It's a little bit on that side as well. Maybe I can show you better with this foot. A little bit of ruffling going on there. But yeah, see that? You can see a big bump coming up there. Just doesn't look like it's quite the right shape. Anyway, time to just sit in them, stand in the house, do nothing, just see how they feel, how the arch, especially the arch there, how that presses against your plantar fascia, and see if that causes any pressure point issues. But otherwise, I think with Vibrams it's so important to get the right size of shoes. And I would also say it may be different between each style of Vibrams. Like these are size 44, they fit perfectly. My Baquilas are size 45 and they're a bit big, but they're perfect. These are 45 and these are not too big, but they feel good. So if you are thinking of buying Vibrams, first tip I would say is make sure you have Amazon Prime if you're buying off Amazon, so that if you need to send it back, you get free return deliveries over and over. Because this is the third attempt for these shoes. Anyway, I'm now off to go sit around and do nothing and just see how they feel in the house. Well, it seems like third time. Third time not working. I so want them to work. Feels, left one feels good, feels in the right position, happy with that. This one, just from walking around the house, I'm like, feels good, feels like the right position. Hold on, there's something rubbing, something going on with the sole of my foot, and it's something which I don't think I can even show you. If we go inside the shoe, the bit from the actual base to the bit the side here is just slightly rubbing, and we're talking not even a millimetre or half a millimetre, but you can maybe hear. If you hear, that is just, there's a bump there, and that bump on that material is just rubbing against there, which, if that's what it's like after 5 minutes in the house, listen, That is... I don't think you can actually even see the... Probably not possible to see it, but there's something starting to rub here. On the other shoe, let's see. They're very difficult to show. Showing the inside of a shoe. See here, there is still a tiny bit of a bump because there's obviously a turn of the material or stitching going on, but it's much softer and it's not causing any issue. So goodness me, third time I think. Can we see it here? You can see how the stitching is just going a little bit off to the right, off up the way. It's just big bump going on there. And if we compare it to like the old shoes, there's nothing. There's nothing going on there. So what do? Do I order another pair of these? Fourth time lucky? If it's giving a little bit of a rub within 5 minutes of walking around the house, that rub would turn into a blister, turn into a bleeding foot after a 1 hour run around the hills. So I think Vibram's something which you need. Maybe these are the shoes that you actually need to buy from a shop. You actually need to go to the shop and sit in the shop for about 20 minutes. But that bit there shouldn't be happening. So that's going back in the box, getting sent back to Amazon for a third time. I might go try a different pair of shoes. So although these are the right size, again, I'm not a huge fan of whatever's happening with the toe area. That's looking like it's not quite right. The side is definitely scrunched up, which again, if I look at how it's meant to be presented on their marketing material, there's nothing going on with the toe there, and there's no scrunching up on either side there. And yet this, we're getting all this scrunching, a little bit on the other side, but something going on with this big toe. And same on the other foot. Yeah, even worse here. So my big toe is right in the right position, and it's not a case of, you know, this is the right size shoe, but that shouldn't be like that. And all this excess baggage, and frankly this kind of gap that we're getting at the side, not great. And super last bit of why I'm trying to find a good side to them, but this right one is just a nightmare because it's also now making me... Can I show you? It's giving me a little bit of an itch, bit of something wrong going on this foot. Don't know what that is. Well, I do. In here, some pretty... I don't know what it is, but it's pretty crap. Not lacing, what do you call it? Stitching. And that is digging into the side of my foot. Again, it's just one foot, so it's not like, oh well, you've just got sensitive feet. No, it's just that foot, and that is getting annoying. On my other foot, equally doesn't look all that great. Yeah, not hugely impressed by this, but it's not causing any issues. It's soft going on there, so I don't know what's going on there. So, sore on the sole and causing an itch on the top. Straight back. Maybe Vibram, you could have a look into your quality control, because there's definitely either one foot sore or the other foot sore, the stitching's wrong or the threading's wrong, or no, haven't been impressed, Vibram, haven't been impressed.